Good morning, students. We are going to go over our math lesson for today, which is on measurement. Make sure you watch this video before you complete the practice for today. Okay, so measurement. I will be going over everything you'll need to know for the practice. So first, there are different tools that we can use to measure. This thing over here that's moving, we know we use the protractor to measure angles. You can see the little simulation is measuring an angle. We can use a tape measure, a ruler, or a measuring cup to measure capacity. So we saw that a lot last week that we were supposed to do capacity. We will do that this week, okay? Today, we're going to focus on measuring the length of items. So the length is the measurement of something from one end to the other, okay? And we're going to use a ruler usually to do this. So let's say I wanted to measure the length of this student desk, okay? So we have to think through of all of our tools, what would be the best way to measure this? So we're going to look at different tools today. But one important thing, there are two different units or types of units that we can use to measure. On a ruler, right? If we're using a ruler, we know that one side is inches, one side is centimeters. We went over that last week. But all of the units we're talking about today, inches, feet, miles, yards, all of those are only used in the United States. So you see, it's called customary units. Customary units are only used in the United States, okay? So we're a little bit behind everywhere else in terms of we have our own way of using units. This can become an issue if I am a doctor and I go to the UK or somewhere in Asia or somewhere in Africa. I'm going to have to know the metric system to be able to communicate with doctors in places outside of the US. So we're going to talk about metric system tomorrow, but it's important. And on your quiz today, it says customary units are only the US, okay? We only use the units that we're learning today in the US. Let's get back to it. So again, customary units in the US. So we're looking at this anchor chart. There's different units of measurement. Like I just said, there's customary, there's metric. We're only going to focus on customary today, but they're very similar in some cases. So we're going to look at inches, feet, yards, and miles, okay? So this I will have, you can always come back to refer to this. I will also include this anchor chart as a picture on your practice today to help you out. So we're going to explore these different units. Again, these are the 4 units that we can use to measure length right now. That's what we're going to be responsible for today. So inches is about the length of a paper clip. Feet or a foot is about the length of a ruler or is exactly the length of a ruler. Yards is about the width of a door, or we are going to learn from a door handle to the floor. And then miles is long stretch of road. You can think of it like the highway. So let's start off with 1 inch. A paper clip, and this is the only paper clip Ms. Brisbane had with her. A paper clip is about 1 inch. You can also take your thumb and bend it. This part of your thumb is about 1 inch. And if I put it up against my paper clip, you can see it measures about 1 inch. The whole point of today, we want to be able to, if I say 1 inch, you should be able to picture about 1 inch in your mind. So again, something that will never leave you. So I'm doing this thumb because quarantine times, Ms. Brisbane broke her thumbnail, but you're not including your nail, just your actual thumb. This part right here, if you bend it, that's about 1 inch, okay? Do you think 1 inch is a large amount or a small amount? Think about that. If you look at a ruler, you can see how much 1 inch is. And if you have one, you can measure your thumb and see that's about 1 inch, okay? About, remember, we're estimating where it's not exact, but about that amount. All right. Next, 1 foot. 1 foot is the length of a ruler, okay? We know that we have feet, excuse me, in a ruler, and 1 foot is 12 inches. If we were in class, I would tell you to look down at the tiles on the floor. In our classroom, each tile, each square is 1 foot, okay? Something that Gabby mentioned that I really, really appreciate, your foot does not measure 1 foot necessarily. That's why we all have different shoe sizes, right? This ruler is your reference for 1 foot, okay? Next, we have 1 yard. So that's why Miss Brisbane is standing up. We're going to see if we can figure out how to use this. The distance from the floor to a door handle is about 1 yard. From the floor to the door handle. And you can see this tool that I have is a yardstick, okay? I'm not sure if you saw it in our classroom, but your reference for you to be able to picture it in your head, go to your front door or a door in your house and look at from the floor to the handle is about 1 yard, okay? From the floor to the handle. And last but not least, 1 mile. When you think of 1 mile, you're thinking of it's a long distance. Think of the highway, right? 610, 59. Those highways that you get on, if you think of it from one exit to another, and again, this is an estimation, but it's a far distance, okay? So today, I just want you to practice visually thinking about how to represent these different units. Again, there's only 4 units. I want you to try to think of all the examples that you have in your home that are these units. This is a topic that you need to know for the real world. We know we talked about sometimes in math, we're like, when am I going to use this outside of school? This is something that you use in your daily life. If you want to remodel your home, if you want to design your home, if you want to buy an apartment or a home, you need to know how to measure, okay? So the practice today, you're going to be getting an item from your room or from your home of each of the things. So let me show you a little example. So if I was going to look for a foot, okay, I'm thinking about the distance of a ruler. It asks for you to look for something that's about 1 foot. I see that my speaker looks about 1 foot. If you have a ruler, you can check it. Almost there. This knife also is about 1 foot. Now, this is not me telling you to go get a knife from your kitchen. Make sure that you are safe while you're doing this little scavenger hunt in your home. But Miss Brisbane sees with I have a cover on it. This is a little bit more than 1 foot. So in my practice, when it says find an item that's 1 foot, I would type in my kitchen knife is about 1 foot. Okay, so I want you, this is when you go find the items, it's helping you to be able to visualize in your head. And remember, if you are stuck, go back to here and think about the reference you have. So a reference is somewhere to look at. An inch is about a paper clip. A foot is about a ruler. So you're looking for something that's about the size of a paper clip, about the size of a ruler. Remember, a yard and a mile is long. You probably won't find anything that is a mile in your house, so you have to think about that. I hope this is helpful. Tomorrow we will go over metric units, and then we will move on to using that measuring cup for capacity. Have a great day.